Howdy, folks. Okay, so as you can see, I am back in my car. I did get off trail. I think I mentioned it earlier, to deal with the whole situation about my cat and having to get my stuff back from South Carolina sooner than planned. It just seemed better to go ahead and deal with it now, because otherwise it would just be hanging over my head the entire time I was on trail. It'd be a thing I'd be worrying over, and it's a thing that not the kind of thing I need to be worrying over, right? So it just seemed better to get off trail now, handle it, and if I can get it handled within a couple weeks, so you don't have to make arrangements to go all the way back to like Myrtle Beach and then come all the way back here and all the things, because it's more than just my cat. I don't have a lot of possessions, but I have some that I left there, books and whatnot, and my dehydrator, and just I think my TV, things like that. So that's the kind of thing that, as long as all that was hanging over my head, it was messing with me too much to really be able to do much of anything. And maybe that sounds dumb, there's definitely worse things that I could be worried about, but I was extra worried about my cat, because I know my cat is stressed. And it just seemed to me it would be better to go ahead and get that taken care of now. Get that squared away so I know that everything is as settled as it can be, and then depending on how long it takes me to make all the arrangements to do all the things, make a decision from there. I mean, I am 100% absolutely returning to trail. There is no doubt about that. The only question is, when am I going to return? In a couple weeks, right after Orthodox Easter, which is the same as Protestant Easter this year. Our dates are usually different, but this year they align. So am I going back on the trail after Easter? Or am I going back next spring? I do not know. It just depends. I'm not gonna make any decision right now. All I know is I'm going back to the trail. It's just a question of when. Because there's all these complications that I hadn't anticipated. But hey, that's life. Life happens, right? Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Face it head on, deal with it, and plan accordingly. And I get that there's a lot of situations way more drastic that people deal with than a few books and a cat, right? But I mean, hey, hello, I'm a crazy cat lady. What do you expect, right? What kind of cat woman would I be if I wasn't worried about my cat? It's frustrating, it's upsetting, it's depressing. But it is what it is, and it's, all going to be fine. I just can't make any hard and fast plans as of yet until I get all the little moving pieces figured out and figure out the timeline for getting my stuff, getting my cat, getting everything settled, dealing with Easter. Because Orthodox Holy Week and Easter, it's a full ordeal, y'all. It is something like 40 hours of church in that 1 week. It's intense. So, Holy Week, Easter, cat, possessions, removing, getting my stuff from Myrtle Beach and coming back here during the middle of all this, and then figuring out about going on trail. By the time all that's over with, is it going to be too late for me to go back on trail? I mean, technically no, Excuse me. By the way, in Georgia we have the highest, excuse me, pollen counts we've had in years. Yeah, it's never too late to go back on trail, but like, sorry y'all, I keep sneezing. So it's never too late to go back on trail, but like, how far am I gonna get if I go back closer to May, right? Excuse me, sorry. See, every time I sneeze, y'all are supposed to say bless you. And like, I'm trying to collect all the blessings I can by whatever means necessary, because I need them. So yeah, it is all up in the air. All the puzzle pieces are flying around way up here, and so I just have to keep grabbing them and putting them where they belong and seeing where they land and then figure it out from there. All I know is that yes, I am 100% going back on trail, because duh, the trail is my life. It is the greatest love of my life. The trail, the hikers, everything is my life. So I am going back on trail. I just have to figure all this out first and go from there. Improvise, adapt, overcome, never freaking quit. And changing plans, I always say this, changing plans is never quitting. Because if you start out with plan A, something goes sideways and you have to go to plan B, and if plan B goes sideways, you know, you still have a whole bunch more letters of the alphabet to go. As long as you keep trying and you keep going back out and you keep moving forward toward your goals, it's not quitting. But if you sit down and do this and go like, well, I'm not doing that anymore, and just say, nope, that's it, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna be sick and I'm not gonna take care of my health, and I'm gonna sit here and not hike, and I'm not gonna exercise, and I'm not gonna try to do any of my goals. This is all stupid and I'm not doing it. Now that's quitting. But when life happens and you say, okay, plan A through D didn't work, still got more letters of the alphabet, still keep improvising, still keep adapting, still keep overcoming, because none of life is easy, y'all. Y'all know that. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. Life isn't easy. It never has been, never will be. Not this side of eternity. Just gotta keep going, right? So, yeah. So I'm sitting here at a gas station. I have about a 2.5 hour drive home. And, yeah, it'll be about 10 o'clock at night before I get there. Yuck. Anyway, just wanted to update y'all. Nothing is completely figured out yet. I just know that I am in the process of getting it figured out and in the process of fixing it. And even though technically I could have waited several months, you know, till I was 100% done my hike to deal with it, it did not feel right to do that. My gut was telling me, you've got to take care of this now. I don't know why, but it was. And every time I have not listened to my gut instinct, it does not go well for me. So I don't know if it's really, you know, God knocking me upside the head, say, hey, go ahead, take care of this now. I don't know if it's my own anxiety saying, ha, 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 here's an excuse to delay. I don't think so, but who knows? Is this, you know, my guardian angel going, fix this now? I don't know. All I know is I feel very strongly that this is something I've got to take care of now. And if I can get back on trail this year, perfect. If not, okay, also perfect, because next year is a thing. It keeps cycling around in my brain, and there's like no way to figure it out right now because, like I said, all the pieces are flying around in the sky. But it's going to get figured out. It's going to get worked out. And nothing is impossible. The secret sauce is not quitting. Improvise, adapt, overcome, but never freaking quit. Okay, gotta drive now so I get home before, you know, like midnight. Okay, bye. Live, love, hike. Even if it's a walk in the local park, just do it.